What happens when an audience shows up not just to listen, but to grow? Today, I share a powerful moment from Christchurch where positivity, energy, and hunger to learn created a room full of impact and leadership growth. Let's discuss.
Welcome to Leadership is Changing. Each week, we and our guests provide information and insights through exploring leading change. This is taking your leadership to another level by finding the balance between executive excellence and personal well-being through stories that inspire real change. It's time to adapt in our fast-moving world when leadership is changing with your host, Denis Gianoutsos.
Welcome to the Ask Denis episode. This is a freestyle episode where I'm asked a question by our listeners or share my thoughts, experiences, and insights from working with many leaders around the globe. Hey, this is Denis here, and welcome to this episode of the Leadership is Changing podcast. It's so cool to be with you here. Today, I want to share a moment that really left an impression on me. I just a couple of hours ago stepped off the stage after speaking at a health industry conference here in Christchurch in New Zealand. They had guests there from various countries from around the world, and I have to say, it was an incredible experience. What really stood out to me was the energy in the room. There was this sense of optimism, curiosity, and a genuine hunger to learn. I've spoken at lots of events and I've done workshops and so forth, and this one had a real spark. And the people in that room were present. They were dialed in and they were ready to grow. The topic I spoke on was adaptive leadership, so thriving in a dynamic world, or sometimes they call it a changing world. And let's be real here, listeners. The health sector, like a few other sectors as well around the world, knows more than most what it means to navigate disruption and pressure. But what I saw today was this. People who care deeply about what they do and who they want to lead better, serve better, and adapt faster. That matters. What made it even more powerful was the positivity in the room. I was actually talking to another speaker as well, and he was actually saying the same thing about how positive people were in the room. And he was doing a survey in the room, a few things, and was really quite surprised how many people were thinking positively and wanting to grow and so forth. And I meant it's not just about smiles and people being polite, but a deep shared belief that they could do better, not just survive, but actually thrive. And that's something that we all need right now. Because here's the truth. Positivity is a leadership advantage. It's not about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about choosing how you face it. It's about having the mindset that says, we've got this, even when it's tough. In fact, even when you don't have all the answers. That attitude affects how you show up, how your team performs, and how you respond to challenge. But let's take it one step further. None of this works without this one key ingredient. And I call it energy. Your energy is everything. It's how you walk into a room. It's how you handle pressure. It's how people feel around you. And I'll say it again, because it's true. No one wants to work for a knuckle dragger. And that leader who's tired all the time, who grumbles through the day, and who acts like everything's a grind. That energy, or that type of energy, is heavy. You know what? It spreads fast. And when people, it's a bit contagious. It becomes like a slippery slope. But when you bring intentional energy, when you lift others instead of dragging them, you shift the culture. You raise the standard. You make people want to step up. That's why, as a leader, you've got to protect your energy. You need to fuel it. You need to guard it. And you need to be intentional about it. In fact, another way I would say it is you need to be deliberate about it. That means getting enough rest. That means doing the work mentally and physically to stay sharp. That means managing your calendar, your boundaries, and your focus. Actually, in the conference today, there's a lot of people in the room that they provide supplements and vitamins and all that sort of stuff to the market. And you know, it was quite funny. I said to them today that my energy, the way that I keep my energy up is, of course, it's the passion. But number one would be sleep. Number two is the way that what I eat and so forth. And then number three would be the amount of supplements, vitamins that I take as well. And I wasn't just saying it to blow their trumpet. I actually do. And that's something that I actually work on to make sure that everything is okay. So the other thing is that because when you walk into a room, whether it's with your team or with your peers, people take their cue from you. In a world of complexity and fast-moving change, adaptive leaders are the ones who bring clarity, positivity, and the powerful energy to the table. You know what, listeners? That's how they influence. That's how they create momentum. And that's how they thrive. So listeners, whether you're in the health industry or leading in any space, ask yourself these questions. What kind of energy am I bringing? Am I showing up positive, present, and ready to grow? Am I modeling what adaptive leadership really looks like? Because leadership isn't just about decisions and strategy. It's about how you show up. It's how you make people feel and how you can handle change with strength and grace. And what I saw in Christchurch today was exactly that. A community of professionals who are committed to rising higher together. Hey, your call to action is this. If today's message sparks something in you, I'd love you to share this episode with someone in your world who's leading through change right now. And I want you to take a moment this week to reflect on your energy. How are you protecting it? How are you bringing it? Because the way you show up, it matters more than you think. If you're ready to grow as an adaptive leader and take your impact to the next level, hey, let's connect. Head over to my website, leadingchangepartners.com, and you can go in there and you can click on book a call, and you can book a call with me directly. And because I'm here to help you thrive in this fast-moving world. And if you want to talk about you and your goals, if you want to talk about you and your organization and what they might need, then I'd love to have a chat with you. Hey, until next time, keep showing up, stay positive, protect your energy, and remember, leadership is changing. Hey, listeners, that's it for this episode. It's always a pleasure being with you. Thanks for joining me on the Leadership is Changing podcast. Until next time, bye for now.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Leadership is Changing with your host, Denis Gianoutsos. Each week, we and our guests provide information and insights through exploring leading change, inspiring executives and leaders to adapt and lead a bigger game in a fast-moving world.